Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, in this episode, I will be taking you on a day trip from London to Cambridge and heading off on a little walking tour of the city, learning about the history of Cambridge and also looking at the university and the history of the university while I'm there. So super excited to take you along with me. So let's go. Made it to Cambridge. FYI, super easy day trip if you're wanting to duck up and do this from London. It's only about an hour and 20 minutes on the train. I took one pretty easily departing from Liverpool Street Station. Super easy to get to and super comfortable journey. Another FYI, hot tip, if you are booking yourself onto any tours, like of the city, walking tour per se, make sure you account for the fact that the station is nowhere near the city centre. It's at least a 15-minute walk, so I would time things accordingly if you're going to be arranging any kind of tourist activities for yourself while you're here. Luckily, I caught an early morning train in, backpacker budget because it was cheaper, and my tour wasn't until the afternoon. So yeah, it's really cool place. I've started to sort of dig a bit deeper into the history of it, and actually have come to learn that the river that runs straight through here is called the River Cam, hence the term Cambridge. But the river was retrospectively named because it was actually originally named Granta, but when the town sort of developed, it became known as Cambridge, so then they changed the name of the river to match the town. And I think it's really interesting that some of the streets are quite narrow. It really indicates to me that this particular town can date back to like Roman and Viking times, but obviously it's most well known for the famous university here, which was founded, I believe, in the early 1200s. So I'm super excited to be jumping on a walking tour later this afternoon to learn more about the city itself and the university. But for now, I'm going to take a little stroll, probably by the river, and hopefully catch a glimpse of a couple of people punting, which is supposed to be where you've got a long wooden sort of flat bottomed like boat, almost like it kind of looks a bit like a wide canoe, where the punter at the back is the person standing there with his really long stick, like pushing it along. So it kind of gives off vibes like a Venice gondola, but not quite. It's apparently like a very done thing in Cambridge. Apparently no trip is complete without having a go sitting in one of those and punting, as the kids say. But I'm thinking I might give that a miss today. It would be nicer if the sun was out and I was here in summer, but such is life. I'm here in winter. So I think for now I'm going to just tick off the walking tour and the university today, but I will take you guys along for the ride with me. So I have been wandering around this morning throughout the township of Cambridge, loving the little, winding alleyways and cobbled streets and the way that modern storefronts are sort of built into really historic buildings. It's very typical of, the UK and British towns in general. I find it super kind of weird and almost confusing the way that the town has kind of been built in and around the university in a way. So to be honest, I think it's quite similar to Oxford like that. So I think it is a little strange wandering around. You've got different buildings that are part of the university campus, and then you've got all these random little stores and retail outlets, and yeah, a little bizarre but kind of cool. So I'm actually just here at Trinity College, and sadly this part of the university and most of it is actually closed to visitors, but the reason I wanted to pop down here was to check out Newton's apple tree, which is said to be either where he was sitting when he saw that apple fall and discovered gravity. I mean, there is some different accounts on that. I couldn't quite get a straight answer when I was doing some research. I'm pretty confident this is a replica of the actual tree, not the authentic one itself. I think this would have been planted in the last 100 years, but I might have to go and fact check that. But still, I still think it's pretty cool. So I'll give you guys a look. After spending the morning exploring, I hopped myself onto an afternoon tour, a free walking tour of the city, which was one of the best walking tours I have ever been on. The company was called Footprints, and I will link them below. And our guide, Sonia, was absolutely amazing, very engaging, and was able to provide the entire history of Cambridge as a town into what's known as the city it is today, right back to Saxon and Roman times, through the Viking ages, and through the creation of the university, all the way to contemporary modern day. It was absolutely phenomenal to go past a lot of the major colleges that are part of the university, and have the chance to learn about the history of the university itself, as well as have the chance to ask as many questions as we had. She was more than happy to share her wealth of knowledge as a passionate local, and I think that makes all the difference with these kinds of tours. So as much as we didn't get to go into any of the university buildings, it was still enormous value, and it is solely run on tips. So you just give a little donation at the end of the tour, and and then you can be off on your merry way. So highly recommend doing one of these if you are in Cambridge, just even for the day. It's only for 2 hours, and definitely helps you understand exactly what you're looking at architecturally and historically as you go around the city. So shout out to Sonia for being amazing, and I'm so glad I managed to get a better understanding of the city while I was here. Well guys, that is a wrap on a massive day out. I'm back at the train station in Cambridge after what was an incredible walking tour. So amazing, so engaging. Our guide was fantastic, super funny, always up for great questions. I'll see if I can find their link and link them below. Highly recommend. I know they do tours in other places in the UK. I know Oxford's definitely one of them. Not quite sure what the other cities are, but can highly recommend. Loved it. I must say, I am just completely done in though. I think I've done about 19,000 steps today. I reckon it was definitely more. So I'm actually going to just enjoy a nap on the way back to London on the train, and enjoy some of the fudge that I managed to pick up. I didn't even take any videos inside this gorgeous, quaint little fudge store because I was just so engrossed in how cute it was and how lovely the proprietors were, and just so amazed at the fact that there were options for like dairy-free fudge, which I have never seen before. So I'll throw a few pictures up of some of the beautiful options they had for flavors and what it looked like, and I'll try and find their business name and link them as well. So shout out to them, you guys are amazing, and it was nice to engage with people who had actually been to Australia and could appreciate my thoughts on English weather. So for now, that's a wrap, and I will see you guys in the next one.